Hello and welcome to your astrological vibrations for Tuesday, May 10th, 2022 by Gaia Blooming. I am Mimi and our energy mantra for today is, I nurture that which is valuable to me. And today we have some shift happening. We have Mercury going retrograde. That's the first portion of the day. We have Jupiter moving into Aries. It's going to be in the second portion of the day. I'm actually going to focus on Jupiter and Aries in tomorrow's scope. I will mention it in this one. But today we're going to focus a little bit more on this Mercury retrograde. So we have Mercury going retrograde. Apparently, the approximate time of this retrograde is 4:47 a.m. Pacific time. And Mercury retrograde is always a chance to review, reinvent, remember, all the re's. Re is for retrograde. Especially with Mercury in its home sign of Gemini. This is an opportunity to review your thoughts, your mental energy, how you utilize it. Sometimes I like to look at the last transit that Mercury will make before it hits its retrograde, and I even think this last connection it makes is giving us some direction. So the last connection Mercury is making before its retrograde process is a connection with the moon in Virgo. And that moon in Virgo, which is also Virgo is also ruled by Mercury, it's a reminder of focus. And Virgo as a healer is a reminder that our thoughts can heal us and support us and help us, or our thoughts can be what drag us down, what suck us out. And so having your awareness about that for this retrograde will be very supportive. This entire retrograde will not be in the sign of Gemini. It will retrograde back into Taurus. That'll be May 22nd, I believe. Yes, May 22nd. We'll have Mercury retrograding back into Taurus. And that'll help review some of how we think about that which we value. And again, our thoughts can help us hone in, lean into our values, lean into focusing on them, lean into honoring them. So keep that in the back of your mind. But for now, just really pay attention to your thoughts. Now, retrogrades can also come with technology snafus, communication snafus. We had those over here. Good Lord, today. I am worn out. Not sure if I can completely blame that. It might be some of this Jupiter at 29 Pisces energy too. We'll talk about that. But be listening for your lesson. Gemini is always learning. And so with Mercury retrograde in Gemini, we have an opportunity to be learning. And it's so funny because all of my cards except one are in reverse today. The only card that's upright is the silence card. And I don't usually take this card literally. But a Rumi verse popped into my head when I saw these cards. And the Rumi verse is, stop the words now. Open the window of your chest. And so stop the words, work on tapering down the thoughts, listen, feel, connect with your heart in and through this. See where you can be and find those moments of the pause, the moments of stillness, the moments of silence, because all of this may feel a lot like what you're hearing in the background, a lot of like hamster wheeling. Stop the words now. Serenity now. We can be like George. So we have that. That's the first part of the day. And like I said, right before Mercury goes retrograde, we are going to have a connection between the moon and Mercury. And to me, Moon in Virgo is like, are you listening to your body? And in this square, this may be, again, part of this retrograde. Like, make sure you're listening, not just all to the minutia, to what is important. And your body's messages, what your body has to say, is also so important. Mine is like, I'm exhausted, please go lay down, which I'm going to go do right after this. So Jupiter also moving into Aries. That'll be 4:22 p.m. So I'll be getting the scope up right around the time it'll be shifting. What you need to know is Jupiter will be at that 29 Pisces, those final little minutes of the degree, Watch for escapism, watch for where you're overdoing things, watch for where there's karmic energies, and how can you work with these differently? How can you work with these things in a way that honors your values? We have the sun enclosing on the North Node. The North Node's currently at 22 degrees. The sun is at 20 degrees today. So it's just 2 degrees off from that North Node, which is calling us to align in that value energy. So hold space for that. That 22 degrees is a mastery lesson, a mastery lesson in process. When Jupiter shifts, especially if you are Sagittarius, Pisces, Aries, you may feel that zero energy. So it's good to stay grounded in that. It may get a little like, woo, a little tiring, a little topsy-turvy in that. And watch for aggression spikes. We already do have Venus moving through Aries. We have Chiron in Aries. But with Jupiter in Aries, there may be aggressive, frustration, anger, reactional spikes incoming, even with that 0 degree energy. So be aware of your reactions and see, do my reactions align with my values? Are my reactions appropriate? How can I respond instead of react? That being said, we got our little Molly's coming by to say hi. He's like, put me down. I just want to cuddle. Our last aspect of the day is the moon and Uranus connecting in a trine. So again, very strong electrical mental vibes. What are you doing with these mental energies? Take time to ground. This can also spike those triggers. Watch where triggers may be spiking reactions, and stop the words now. Silence card. Silence card also is star card. And so it's like, hey, where can you put into your mental energies good things rather than just dwelling on everything that's going bad or poorly or not the way you like it? That being said, our creativity is offline. We are not going with the flow. We're exhausted. The exhaustion card's in reverse. We're exhausted, but we're not stopping. We're just hamster wheeling, and it's not going to stop. These cards all in reverse with the silence. So silence is just stop the words now. With this, I just think we're not really nurturing ourselves. We're not really in the flow. It feels like going through the motions. It's a lot of energy. So again, take time to ground in, connect. Oof, even just the way I was sitting, my back just went, oh, thank you. Thank you for pulling back. Listen to that. See where you can settle in. Jupiter in Aries is probably going to be an interesting ride. So, leaving that here for today. You can book a reading with me. Email me, mimiclark@gmail.com. Besides this, the better it gets, the better it gets. There's more than enough love in the world for you. You have the power, and honor your values. Namaste.